Hey guys, and welcome back to the Real Numbers course. In today's lesson, we're going to continue our discussion of decimals, and you know why. Because decimals are the key to understanding the true nature of the real numbers. So let's get to work. We have to address an inconvenient truth. It turns out that decimals, they can get crazy. Like for example, check out this decimal. 2.9381259831540 Okay, that is a super precise decimal. And that's good. Precision is good. But sometimes you don't need all that precision. Sometimes you just want a decent estimate. Think about this. If you walk into a store and you see a TV for sale and you look at the price tag and it says $697. All right, well, that TV cost about $700, and that's fine, right? That'll do the job for explaining to your wife how much you paid for the new TV you just bought, right? An estimate's totally fine, and it works the same here with decimals. We've already done this a little bit in our previous lessons where we talked about looking at that tenths place, didn't we? So if you look at this number, a decent estimate for this would be that it's about 3, okay? That would probably be good for most situations. Something like this, well, that decimal is very close to 2. Right? Now this one, if we were using our tenths place idea, okay, the 4, we'd say that's about 2, right? Well, depending on how accurate you want to be, take a look at this. That decimal, 2.49, man, that is super duper close to being right in the middle between 2 and 3, isn't it? 2.5. So maybe if you want to estimate with a little bit more accuracy, you could say that that number is about 2.5. It depends on the situation, and you'll have to use sort of the context of the problem or the situation that you're in to decide how accurate you need to be. All right? This would be really super useful if you had to operate, like add those two last decimals, the two bottom decimals. If you had to add those together, I wouldn't want to do that with all that precision, but I could give a decent estimate and say middle one's about 2, then that bottom one's about 2.5. So if I add them together, it's like 4.5. Okay, see how much easier that is with the estimate? That's what it's good for. Now, there is a little bit more formal way to give estimates, and we call that rounding. You might have worked with this before. Let's put it in the context of decimals, make sure everyone's on the same page. Let's take this number, for example, 2.56389, or 2 and 56,389 hundred thousandths. Let's say we want to take that number and we want to give an estimate. We want to round it to the nearest hundredth. We want to give an estimate that stops after the hundredths place. So, turns out the procedure for deciding, is it going to be 2.56 or 2.57, who's it closer to? It's going to work a lot like our old tenths place idea did a couple lessons back. So here's how it works. If you're talking about the hundredths place, go to the hundredths place. That's the key digit. To decide, look to the number directly to the right of it. All right, so if the number is 5 or higher, then you would round the boxed digit up to 7 in this case. If the number directly to the right is less than 5, then you keep the boxed digit the same, 6 in this case. Well, the number to the right is 3. So that's less than 5. So that means we're going to keep our box digit 6, and we're going to drop everything else after that hundredths place. There's our estimate. So 2.56389 rounded to the nearest hundredth is 2.56. All right, let's try another one. Same number, but let's round it to the nearest thousandth this time. Well, go find what digit's in the thousands place. Tenths, hundredths, thousands, that's the 3. Look directly to the right at that number Okay, and again, same rules here. Look directly to the right. So we've got an 8. And since that number is 5 or higher, it's 8, we're going to round our boxed digit up. So that's going to become 2.564. Drop everything else after that. That's our estimate rounded to the nearest thousandth. Looking good? Okay, one more, same number, rounded to the nearest whole number. All right, well, that just means ones. So there's our box digit. Let's look directly to the right at that number. Okay, same decision to make. It's a 5 this time. So 5 or higher, remember, we round our box digit up. So we're going to make that a 3. We got it. All right. Everything looking okay? Beautiful. What we're going to, you'll have a good time. Really cool. Good. Guys, my Wi-Fi is really acting up. I don't know what's wrong with my signal. You guys know what's going on? No? All right. I don't know. What should we do? Oh my God, you're right. Guys, looking at my watch, we might be able to get some help from MathCore News. It might be time for Tech Talk. Let's go see. Flip the channel.
And so basically, that's how you make a rocket ship. Simple, isn't it? But here's something that's not so simple. If you're working long hours online, you're going to need a strong signal. And what if that signal goes out? Chances are, it's going to happen. That's why I'm here. After all, I'm Wi-Fi down again. So, here's what's going to happen. I want to give you several troubleshooting tips that you can use to solve this problem. Here's the first one. You're going to want to first try this. Now listen carefully. You're going to go to settings on your laptop or your computer. What you're going to do is take that little mouse thingy, whatever they call it, I call it a mouse, and it's going to move the arrow. Wherever the mouse goes, the arrow goes. They're synchronous. Okay, it's synchronous. They happen at the same time. Okay, we talked about that. Self-explanatory. Go to settings. When you click settings, you're going to be giving a series of choices. You're going to want to go to the Wi-Fi section. See? Very simple. You go to the Wi-Fi section or the choice, you click it, and you're going to check to see if your signal is either on or off. If you don't have a signal, it's probably off. No signal, it's off. So, what do? You simply hover over the settings, Wi-Fi signal on or off, and you're going to turn the signal on. Turn the signal on. From off to on. And guess what? That's probably not going to solve your problem. And if that happens, don't worry. Just try something else. That's all I got today, guys. I'm Wi-Fi down again. And remember, if your signal is strong, just wait a little while. It'll be down again soon.
Okay, so that was absolutely zero help. So I think what I'll do is I'll just stop for today and I'll send you guys off on your way. You can use all this extra time to work on more problems, get all this decimal stuff set, because we are getting close. We're getting really close. So work hard. I'll get this tech stuff figured out and I'll see you in the next lesson. Take care, guys.